seen our next guest on just about every single show that Food Network has ever aired. And he is here today showing us how we can make delicious old-fashioned cake donuts in our very own kitchens. Please welcome back our good friend, Chef Aaron May. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Nice to see you.
Excited to be here.
Well, as you can see, Cam, Orly, and Ken have beautiful donuts right in front of them.
World?
Beautiful donuts, right? Donuts are such a staple. I think like meetings, mornings, drive-thrus with coffee. Like you get donuts everywhere, right?
Diners,
And you can
PTA
tell the
brings them.
level of person you're meeting with based on the donut, right?
It's
Did you get a
actually
fast
true.
food donut? Did you get a grocery store donut? Did you get a bakery donut? You're gonna start blowing people's minds with the homemade donut, right?
If you bring a homemade donut to the PTA,
Where'd you stop to get donuts? Oh, I made these. No big deal.
by myself. It's
Right?
true. It is. There's something about a donut that is so all-American.
Just a
Yeah.
little
You know?
something I whipped up in my kitchen before I came over. I mean,
Right?
this is amazing.
And believe it or not, you're going to be shocked at how easy these are to make.
right.
So we
Couldn't
start with
be
some,
easier.
this is just sugar, butter, and an egg. Is an egg in it?
Yes, exactly. So
Okay.
we're creaming, what's called creaming the sugar. We're gonna make this nice, smooth, creamy mixture. I've been doing this for a little bit. You wanna do it 2-3 minutes. And we're gonna add milk and vanilla. You don't have to add the vanilla. I love vanilla.
Too.
Vanilla's all about the fragrance. It makes it smell good. It makes your kitchen smell good. It lets people in the other part of your house know you're working.
That's right.
Kind of, right? Like,
Oh, I like that.
so you wanna add the milk? I'll add the vanilla. Cheers, we'll meet in the middle.
Here we go. And just regular milk.
Just regular milk.
Could you use a different, like, what if I wanted to
If
use
you want to use
buttermilk?
buttermilk, you could. It would be, you know, a little less delicious maybe, but if you're going for the sour buttermilky,
Right.
yeah, I love it. I love where your head's
And the
at.
juxtaposition of then the glaze that goes on.
I love where your head's at.
Okay, good. I like it.
So then we're gonna add our dry ingredients into our wet ingredients. We got baking powder, salt, and flour here.
Okay, you want me to slow this down?
Yes, not.
All right.
Yep. There
Or
you go. So, slower is good. Yep.
Okay,
Lift it
there
up.
you go.
We'll just add like maybe a third.
Okay. So baking powder, salt, and regular flour.
Exactly. And the baking powder. So listen, when you talk about leavening agents, you're either going to use a natural leavening agent or a chemical leavening agent. Baking powder, obviously, being carbonate or bicarbonate. So it's not going to do anything really until we get it in the oil and it heats up and it activates that, right?
that's when it
Not
makes
the
it
way a
pop.
yeast donut will rise naturally.
Right.
We're just going to let it rest so the gluten's kind of retard. But then we're going to activate everything, pow, with the heat.
And this is why baking is a science versus cooking.
Yeah, it's
where you could
chemistry
just-
class.
Right, you love this. I know he's
I
talking
mean,
your
I'm all over it.
language
I'm
now.
taking notes.
You know, I'm not really much of a scientist or a mathematician, so it is science, but you know, once you get the basic principles down, you can go as crazy as you want. Like, don't add vanilla, add rum, add cinnamon, add nutmeg, like, go crazy,
Nice.
right? The important part is like the flour, the baking soda, a little bit of salt. That's the important
But
part.
making a yeast donut would be a lot more difficult than this.
Correct. Yeah, you'd have to let things rest. You'd have to proof things. You'd have to bloom the yeast.
That's a lot.
This is, and by the way, this is delicious. You're not going to
Baking soda
miss.
solves all that.
You're not going to miss anything.
Okay,
So we
so-
want to make sure not to overmix anything.
Okay, because then it's going to be dense.
Exactly. It's going to be real chewy and rubbery and not as delicious,
Okay.
right?
So now we just put this in a piping bag.
Yeah. So I've got a little piping bag set up here.
Okay.
You can see the way it's draped over this quart container so that it's easy to put
I
everything
always
in.
wonder, I always get a mess when I fill piping containers. That's
There you go.
brilliant.
That is a good idea. I'm not going to lie to you.
Smart little trick.
That is a good tip. And if you don't have this, put it like in a
Yeah, a coffee cup,
even a bowl, a
a
tall
thermos.
bowl, anything.
yeah, a tall bowl, a
This
vase.
next step is the part that I'm most curious about, how you get the form of
pipe
the
'em?
donut. Well, not the pipe, like how you get the form so nicely
look what he's
in
done
the
here.
oil.
So I took this parchment paper and I drew circles, about a 3-inch circle.
Okay.
In case you forget what a circle looks like.
Well, I appreciate that.
Right? Sometimes you get nervous when you're piping. You get a little wobbly handed. You gonna do
would
this? You
dare
gonna do
for
this?
Oh no! Are you
I trust
sure?
you. I believe in
Speaking
you.
of getting
Okay,
nervous,
I'll do one after
Okay.
you. First, I want to see what you.
So you want to get all the air out, right? We got all the air out. We got a little tester bit.
Okay.
We're just gonna pipe right around this beautiful circle that I drew.
But you know what? Also, having that circle there really makes sure that all the donuts are going to be sort of symmetrical and look
Exactly.
How do you get them off the tray into the
Yeah,
oil,
that's the
though?
thing. This
I'm
is a-
like,
Well-
this is
Watch,
where
I'm
I'm
gonna say,
going.
here, you do the last
I'll
one.
do the last one. So
And
now,
You do the last one. So we got a little trick. So what we're gonna do is
do
we're gonna
look
let this
small,
rest for
don't
about a half an hour, so that all the glutens can kind of relax and it's not too chewy.
Okay, so-
Perfect. Yours is the best one. Look at that.
so they go in the fridge now.
They go in the fridge,
Okay.
half hour, even overnight. If you want to do this when you come home at night, put them in the fridge, make them in the morning fresh. No problem.
See, now look at them. You would think that why haven't they puffed up?
And we
I've done
cut the
something wrong.
squares, right? So now I've got this super easy to transfer, beautiful donut.
yeah, you cut the parchment into squares.
Cut the parchment into squares.
And you drop it
I'm just
into
gonna
some
drop the whole
boiling
thing in.
oil.
The whole thing.
And it comes off on its
The
own.
whole thing.
Stop.
Now,
What's happening right now?
we're using peanut oil at what temperature?
This is about 340, 350 degrees.
No, but it's important to
See,
make
there you
sure
go, paper.
that temperature, correct?
Yeah, so you don't want to cook these at too high a temp because you don't want them to get too crusty on the outside before they get cooked on the inside. But you want them to cook through. So about 340, 350 degrees. We're using peanut oil. You could use whatever you like, canola oil, avocado oil, lard, duck fat, whatever makes you happy at home.
You could even use
you
olive
could totally
oil.
rock.
Yeah, because it's not that hot.
Yeah, you could use olive oil.
You
at
could
this
use
time.
olive oil. It's going to taste like olives, though, right? You know, you got to be careful.
But remember, I'm using buttermilk, so mine are already hard.
You've already got a crazy savory.
And I'm gonna, because of the juxtaposition of the glaze and the
Yeah.
icing, remember?
It's swap
exactly.
out madness
Yes,
is what's
I'm gonna
happening
get
here.
wild,
Exactly.
Debbie has
Aaron.
big plans.
You can see these donuts are cooking super quick.
It's crazy.
And you have to turn them over. They don't sort
You
of.
want to flip them one time.
Okay.
You
And
can
the
see how
parchment
easy the
just
paper comes up,
What the heck?
right? Super easy, like it never happened.
Okay.
And then
we
you've got
move
these
over
beautiful
here.
hot donuts.
And now we put the beautiful glaze
And
on
we've got
top.
glaze. So I made the same glaze. It's basically just butter, melted butter, milk, and powdered sugar.
Okay.
And then we added some maple syrup to this one because we're gonna make a maple bacon.
Okay.
Okay.
Watch, I'm gonna cheat. I'm just gonna use my hands. I'm gonna dip it right in,
Oh my gosh, it's a dream come true.
right?
Look how fun that is.
And then I'm gonna go right into
This
bacon.
is
Look
blowing
at that,
my
we got like
mind.
this beautiful maple bacon.
And what about the Fruity Pebbles one?
I love the Fruity Pebbles. You could use any cereal here. You could use dried strawberries. You could use sprinkles.
It's getting
Look at how good that is, right?
Easy.
It's beautiful.
I can't
Yeah,
believe how
right?
perfect they look.
Perfect,
I'm not
right?
su-
And see how easy that was? I mean,
I'm
Aaron,
shocked.
listen, man, you always have so much going on as you guys are finishing this donuts. What do you have coming up that you want to tell us about?
you know, this weekend I'll be out with my favorite charity, Operation Barbecue Relief. They've got a barbecue basics class going, and it's going to culminate with the LAPD barbecuers against the LAFD barbecuers.
Oh man, it's
There'll be a
on.
lot of us chefs out there judging. My buddy Jet Tila.
Yeah.
Jet. Ali Tila, me, Duff Coleman's going to be out there.
gosh,
The King
all
of
of our
Cakes.
friends.
You guys
It's
are
going to be great.
You guys are amazing. Deb,
It's like taking a bite of the rainbow.
Aaron, you're incredible, man. This recipe is part of our Home and Family Love Ever After DIY and Cookbook, which is available for download at hallmarkchannel.com, of course. And for more from Chef Aaron, just follow him on Instagram. You'll be happy you did, and you'll be happy you have these donuts as well.